PM Modi tried snorkeling on his recent visit to Lakshadweep, calling it an exhilarating experience. He shared photos of his trip as he encouraged people to explore the islands. A blanket of uplifted fog blocked sunlight through the day while frosty northerly winds added to the chill as Delhi experienced its coldest day conditions in 2 years. With the maximum temperature at Safdarjung plummeting to 12 degrees Celsius, 7 notches below normal, the Met Department termed it a cold day, the first cold day of the season. The last time Delhi experienced chiller day conditions was on January 25, 2022, when the maximum was recorded at 12 degrees Celsius. The extreme cold spell may last another 3 days. The Met Office issued an orange alert for cold day on Friday and a yellow alert for Saturday. IMD had earlier forecasted that the maximum may hover around 17 degrees on Thursday, while the actual turned out to be nearly 5 notches lower. India wins shortest test ever. A day after skipping the summons to appear before Enforcement Directorate for the third time, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal on Thursday alleged government wanted to arrest him and prevent him from campaigning for the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. At a digital press briefing, Kejriwal said the summons sent to him was aimed at attacking his honesty and defame him, and that there had been no corruption in implementation of the excise policy. My lawyers have told me that the ED summons are illegal. BJP wants to arrest me to stop me from campaigning for the Lok Sabha polls, AAP national convener said. Aam Aadmi Party leader Sanjay Singh has moved Delhi High Court challenging the rejection of his bail in the money laundering case related to the Delhi excise policy. Singh is in judicial custody till January 10, 24. Senior advocate Mohit Mathur, appearing for Singh, told the judge that the ED had not called him for questioning even once before he was arrested. He claimed there were no contradictions in statement of accused turned approver Dinesh this. The ED opposed the application, stating that the probe was underway and if released, the MP could hamper the investigation, tamper with evidence and influence witnesses. A Delhi court on December 22 rejected Singh's bail, saying that prima facie the case against him was genuine. Singh was arrested by the ED on October 4 following searches at his Delhi residence. The agency alleged that the employee of businessman This delivered rupees 2 crore to Singh's house on 2 occasions. Singh was arrested after accusations made by Arora, who was turned approver in the ED and CBI cases related to the matter. One of the 3 underground tunnels exclusively connecting the 2 Supreme Court compounds near Pragati Maidan, mainly used by the judges and dignitaries, now has panels done by Indira Gandhi National Centre for the Arts. On now, the judicial system in India has evolved over time. One of the 11 panels in the VVIP tunnel showcases the last words of Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak at his historic trial in Bombay High Court in 1908. His words complement the art. In spite of the verdict of the jury, I maintain that I am innocent. There are higher powers that rule the destiny of man and nations, and it may be the will of providence that the cause which I represent might prosper more by my suffering than by my remaining free. Speaking to this, a member secretary IGNCA said, since the tunnel will only have people moving the fast cars, we did not use minute details in the art panels, but they adequately show that we Indians have always been a law-abiding society and the rule of law has always prevailed in our country, irrespective of status and position. Joshi added that this was a pilot project and later similar artwork will be done on the Apex Court campus. Some of the 11 panels were visually conceptualized after detailed and authentic research work. They include the chairs in Nyayashala. These are used in size measuring approximately 24 by 10 feet. We undertook research on this and then executed the panel in a very short time, said an official. adding that these showed that the judicial system was established in India even in ancient times. The first panel on the sources of law in India has the Dharmachakra and royal edicts. The panel points out that there are four important pillars of justice: dharma, which is based on truth, evidence, which is based on witness, custom, and royal edicts as promulgated law. The second panel, containing chairs in Nyashala, depicts the chair system that used to be prevalent in ancient India. It portrays five different types of chairs. The this this One panel is on Nalanda University, which was an ancient center of higher education and a center for the study of law in ancient times. Another panel on how the judiciary system in ancient India used to work has representations of the two courts of the time. We found references to them in ancient scripture, said the official, adding that one of the panels also showed a Gram Sabha in the Chola period. The legal system in the Shivaji period is also depicted, while one has India's first Supreme Court established in 1774 in Bengal. This is exposed against another depicting the present Supreme Court. The VVIP tunnel was opened on November 26 last year when President Draupadi Murmu drove through it to the Supreme Court premises to unveil the statue of B.R. Ambedkar. After skipping Enforcement Directorate's third summon in a money laundering case linked to the Delhi liquor policy, Chief Minister and AAP's national convener Arvind Kejriwal is set to leave on a 3-day visit to Gujarat on January 6 to oversee preparations for the Lok Sabha polls. According to an AAP statement, besides addressing a Jan Sabha and workers meeting, Kejriwal will also meet jailed AAP MLA Chatur Vashwa from this constituency in Narmada district and visit his family. Kejriwal's public meeting is scheduled to take place in Dediapada. The MLA was surrendered and on December 15 in a case related to alleged threats to Forest Department personnel and firing a round in the air. Though AAP leaders claimed that the visit was planned beforehand, the timing and choice of State PM Narendra Modi's home turf is seen as significant given that Kejriwal has alleged the ED is trying to arrest him at the behest of the central government and that the centre is weaponizing investigating agencies against opposition leaders. In an online press conference on Thursday, Kejriwal claimed the ED's repeated summons in an alleged liquor scam ahead of Lok Sabha polls were an attempt to hinder his campaigning. BJP's aim is not to interrogate but to arrest me and stop me from the campaigning in Lok Sabha elections, he said. They have kept many of our leaders in jail by making fake cases and now they want to arrest me, he added. On December 31, the AAP's National Executive and National Council meeting, Kejriwal had said, elections cannot be won without a strong organization. Therefore, now we need to build our organization across the country. With AAP leading governments in Delhi and Punjab, Kejriwal had announced at the meeting that after Lok Sabha polls, the next big contest for the party would be Haryana, which goes to polls later this year. In December 2022, BJP had swept back to the office in Gujarat by winning 156 of 182 seats. Congress managed to win just 17 and AAP got 5 seats. Kejriwal said he would cooperate with the investigating agency provided he was issued legally valid summons. My biggest asset is my honesty and BJP wants to hurt my honesty with fake cases. I have always fought for the country and every breath of mine, every drop of my blood is dedicated to the country, Kejriwal asserted. The Delhi CM was earlier called by ED for questioning in a money laundering case related to now withdrawn Delhi excise policy on November 2 and December 21, but he dubbed the summons illegal and politically motivated and skipped them. Kejriwal said the probe into the alleged liquor scam had been going on for 2 years and several people were raided and arrested, including AAP functionaries, but the investigating agencies had failed to recover a single paisa and prove my corruption. Manish Sisodia, Sanjay Singh and Vijay Nair are not in jail because they were involved in corruption but because they did not join BJP. We are able to fight them because we have not been involved in corruption, the AAP chief said. If corruption has really happened, then where have all those crores of rupees gone? Did all the money disappear into thin air? The truth is that there was no corruption, said Kejriwal, adding that BJP was using the probe agencies for political reasons. The CM alleged the ED had failed to respond to his queries. They have not replied because they know that their summons is illegal. Calling the timing of the summons as suspect when the country was going to the polls in a few months, Kejriwal said CBI had summoned him about 8 months ago and he had appeared before the agency. The AAP leader appealed to people for their support in his hour of crisis. Whatever is going on is very dangerous. This is very bad for our democracy. It must be stopped, he said. Coming out in the defense, Kejriwal's party colleagues and Minister Atishi and Saurabh Bhardwaj addressed separate press conferences and alleged BJP was trying to prevent the AAP national convener from campaigning from the Lok Sabha polls. Efforts are being made to arrest Kejriwal. BJP wants that Kejriwal should not be able to campaign, Atishi said. BJP wants to undermine Arvind Kejriwal's honesty by employing every tactic. That's why the summons is being sent repeatedly, Bhardwaj added. As cold wave continues to grip northern India with dense fog covering the national capital and surrounding areas, the low visibility has disrupted train movement, resulting in delay of as many as 26 Delhi-bound trains on Thursday. Several flight operations were also delayed at the Delhi airport due to low visibility amid fog. According to Indian Railways, the train arriving late in Delhi dated January 4 include Howrah, Delhi, this. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation has issued showcase notices to Air India and SpiceJet for not. The two airlines have to respond within 14 days. The notice is to rostering non-CAT third complaint pilots, a senior DGCA official said. Comments were sought from both the airlines and are aviated till the time of going to press. Delhi airport officials had said that 58 inbound flights were diverted between December 24 to 25 midnight and 27-28 midnight. Of those, 50 flights were diverted because their captains were not trained to operate in low visibility conditions, airport sources had said. The DGCA verified this with data from airlines and the air traffic control. After investigating, the regulator has issued the notices. Dense fog, meanwhile, has again developed North India, and the wait to have two runways equipped with CAT-3B instrument landing systems at IGIA airport may have gotten prolonged. As of now, only 29 of these closest to Gurgaon side and more prone to extremely dense fog has this. The main runway of IGI backbone during fog, which has slightly better visibility because of its location, was closed for recarpeting last September and was expected to be back in action in first week of January. A fast-track court in Varanasi directed the Archaeological Survey of India on Thursday to submit by January 19 its survey report on the disputed Gyanvapi Mosque complex and provide a copy of it beforehand to the Hindu plaintiff in the original Kashi Vishwanath Gyanvapi title suit. Civil Judge Prashant Kumar's order came a day prior to the District Judge Court taking up ASI's plea to postpone by 4 weeks the disclosure of the contents of its sealed survey report. The District Court is also to decide whether to provide copies of the report to the 4 plaintiffs who initiated the Srinagar Gauri case seeking the right to unhindered daily worship of Hindu deities in the Gyanvapi complex. The ASI's plea states that it, in compliance with Allahabad High Court in December 19 order pertaining to the original 1991 suit, Lord Vishweshwar versus Anjuman Intizam Masjid, the survey report must first be presented to the fast-track court designated to hear the case from January 19. The plea mentions the possibility of rumors and mispresentations in the public domain if the report were to be revealed before complying with the High Court's order. The 1991 suit had been contested as unmaintainable by UP Sunni Central Waqf Board and Gyanvapi Mosques Management Committee, citing the Places of Worship Act. The High Court dismissed all 5 petitions. The suit involves Hindu side represented by plaintiff and lawyer Vijay Rastogi's laying claim to what it says is a portion of an ancient temple of Lord Vishweshwar, the structure atop the cellars among the other relics. Government Counsel Amit Srivastava, who is representing Archaeological Survey of India, confirmed that the survey report has to be submitted to the original plaintiff on or before January 19. Plaintiff Rastogi said ASI was also required to survey plot number 1931 and 1932 of the Gyanvapi complex besides the Wuzu Khana and the area beneath the portion of the mosque's central dome. The district judge was to resume hearing ASI's plea on Thursday, but a condolence meeting for the lawyer who died stalled proceedings for the day, UP Government Counsel Amit Srivastava added. Typically 14 to 20 horsepower, the engine output of low-end bikes delivers your food. Said Farooq delivered his order with 1 horsepower. On Tuesday, fuel shortage created by now ended truckers strike meant Farooq, who work as a food delivery app, could not tank up his bike. Many, even those in jobs that pay much better than food delivery, would have given him up. Not this young man from Rashmi Shukla appointed Maharashtra's first woman DGP amid past controversies. India has 60 days to file an appeal against the ruling of Qatar court to appeal in the Indian Navy veterans case that reduced their death sentences by upheld spying charges against them. The Foreign Ministry on Thursday said it is in touch with the legal team and the family members to decide the next course of action. The team has the option to filing an appeal in the the highest court in Qatar. It is responsible for deciding an appeal on appeals against judgments issued by the courts of appeal. Last month, the Court of Appeal had commuted the death sentence handed to the Indians who were held apparently for spying and sentenced them to prison for varying durations. The verdict came weeks after family members of the Indians filed an appeal against the earlier order of another court. The Navy veterans were on October 26 given death sentences by Qatar's Court of First Instance. Last week, the ministry had said it will discuss the next possible steps with the legal team and the family members of the former Navymen. As many as 85 IIT Bombay students have bagged cool crore plus annual pay package in the first phase of placements. Most of the higher salaries on the IIT Bombay campus during this year's placement seems to have come from the research and development space, the average annual salary of which stood Rs 36 lakh, up from the previous year's 32 lakh. In contrast, the finance sector is hogged by algo trading firms, saw a drop of 22% in average yearly compensations to Rs 32 lakh from 41 lakh last year. Other sectors including IT, software and consulting saw a marginal rise in the overall average pay in the first phase of campus placements. The institute released the report of the first phase of Thursday night. Our students have put in a lot of effort to match up the requirements of companies. Many firms conducted interviews online, which is not easy to crack. Offers have been staggering and are coming in small waves. International recruitment is slow as the geopolitical scenario is not favorable, and this is an election year in India, so many companies are adopting a wait and watch policy, said a placement officer. In the first phase that ended on December 20, a total of 63 students accepted international offers. Most of the international offers have came from Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, Netherlands, Singapore and Hong Kong. Despite global and economic uncertainties, IIT Bombay saw a total of 1,300 offers being made till December 20, which resulted in 1,100 students getting placed. This included 7 students placed in PSUs as well as 297 PPOs via internship, of which 258 were accepted. The number of offers received overall, though, were lower than the last year's phase 1 of placements. Some of the top recruiters that have visited the campus this season include Airbus, Air India, Apple, Google, Intel, Jaguar, these. Frowning upon Delhi's High Court's order granting default bail to an accused facing charges under the Unlawful Activities Act who was allegedly planning to cross the border to Pakistan from weapons training, the Supreme Court quashed the verdict and said such matters should not be taken lightly by courts as they involve terrorist activities. A bench of justices this said the High Court wrongly relied upon the Apex Court's 94 verdict in a TADA case and ignored its 19 verdict in a UAPA case in which it held that the extension for investigation could be granted up to maximum 180 days in UAPA cases. The accused has been charged under various provisions of Indian Penal Code, UAPA and Arms Act. He was granted default bail by the High Court on grounds of delay in completing the probe. One more aspect to be considered in the nature of offence which involved the terrorist activities having not only pan-India impact but also impact on other enemy states. The matter should not have taken so lightly, the bench said, and directed that the accused should be taken into custody forthwith. Provisions of Section 43 were considered by this court in case of State of Maharashtra versus Surendra Pandlik and others. In the said case, the FSL report was awaited and is also required detention of the accused, wherein financial details of the respondent were still being ascertained in view of the huge conspiracy spreading over a number of cities were being investigated. The High Court failed to take into consideration the above judgment of 2019 relating to UAPA. It had relied upon a judgment of 94 relating the provisions of TADA, the bench said. 60 Rajya Sabha MPs from BJP, including 9 union ministers, are among the 68 completing their tenure this year, and many of them are likely to contest Lok Sabha polls, giving a chance to others who have been aspirants for the upper house. As many as 57 leaders, including Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, Environment Minister Bhupender will complete their tenures in April. Uttar Pradesh will have the highest number of vacancies at 10, followed by Maharashtra and Bihar, Madhya Pradesh and West Bengal, Karnataka, Haryana and Chhattisgarh, one each. 4 nominated members are retiring in July. For renominations to Rajya Sabha, BJP President JP Nadda will have to look for a seat outside his home state of Himachal Pradesh, as Congress is in office there. Congress can look forward to sending its nominees to the upper house from Karnataka and Telangana, the states where it came to office last year. Other retiring members include BJD's Prashant Nanda and Amar Patnaik from Odisha, BJP's Chief Spokesperson Anil Baluni from Uttarakhand, Fisheries Minister Rupala, this. Among the nominated members retiring in July are Mahesh Jethamalani, Sonal Mansingh, Ram Shakal and Rakesh Sangha. From taking a morning walk and relaxing in an armchair to snorkeling, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday shared several pictures of his recent visit to Lakshadweep as he exhorted people to explore it in what could be yet another addition to his Vocal for Local slogan with the potential to give a boost to tourism in islands. For those who wish to embrace the adventurer in them, Lakshadweep has to be on your list. During my stay, I also tried snorkeling. What an exhilarating experience it was, Modi posted on X along with multiple pictures. The PM said in addition to the scenic beauty, Lakshadweep's tranquility was mesmerizing. It gave me an opportunity to reflect on how to work even harder for the welfare of 140 crore Indians, he said in a series of posts. He said early morning walk on the pristine beaches were moments of pure bliss. Expressing gratitude to the PM, Home Minister Amit Shah said with its mesmerizing beaches, blue water lagoons and much more, Lakshadweep had immense potential to become a global tourist destination. Gratitude to PM Modi ji for promoting Lakshadweep. This will surely boost tourism and the economy and thus elevate the living standards of its people, Shah posted on X. The PM was in Lakshadweep on January 2 and 3 to inaugurate the Kochi Lakshadweep Island submarine optical fiber connection and lay the foundation stone for renovation of the primary healthcare facilities and 5 model Anganwadi centers. He also dedicated several projects to the nation. Recently, I had the opportunity to be among the people of Lakshadweep. I am still in awe the stunning beauty of the islands and the incredible warmth of its people. I had the opportunity to interact with the people in Agati and Kavarti. I thank the people of the islands for their hospitality. He said government's focus in Lakshadweep was to uplift lives through enhanced development. Lakshadweep is not just a group of islands, it's a timeless legacy of traditions and a testament to the spirit of its people. Shiv Sena Minister Abdul Sattar sparked a controversy on Thursday as a video of him asking the police the lathi charge and break the bones of people present at the event organized on his birthday in his constituency of Silod in Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar district went viral. The incident took place on Wednesday evening during folk dancer Gautami Patil's performance on the occasions of Sattar's birthday. Locals said that soon after the performance began, some youngsters in the crowd beneath the dais began creating a ruckus and heckling, forcing stoppage of the show. Sattar then climbed on with a microphone and ordered the police to carry out a lathi charge, which the police did. Sattar was seen in the video saying, "Listen to me, policemen, lathi charge the people sitting behind, beat them so badly that their backs break, beat them now." Addressing one youth, he said, "Has even your father seen such a program?" Then he went on, "You all are demons, you don't know how to behave like humans. I know who has sent those who are creating the ruckus, beat them like dogs and put them in lockup. You will be booked and won't even get bail." The opposition criticized the Sena minister and the Congress demanded Chief Minister Eknath Shinde should take action against Sattar, who is the state's Minority Development Minister. Sattar is also Guardian Minister of Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. After drawing flash, Sattar on Thursday expressed regret over his language but maintained that people had been sent to the event by opposition parties to disrupt it. He said there was a lovely performance and over 60,000 people came. In this crowd were some opposition party workers who had came to create a ruckus and damage the event. This was a conspiracy by 20 to 25 people, so I used our rural language to control them. If this was hurt anyone, I express regret. But there were women and children. The situation was so grave that I had to resort to such language. India and Nepal signed several agreements, including one for purchase of 10,000 megawatt hydropower by India from Nepal, as Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar held comprehensive and productive talks with his counterpart NP Sunand. Also called on President Ramchandra Podel and Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachanda. The agreement, which facilitate export of 10,000 megawatt of electricity from Nepal to India in the next 10 years, the two countries had reached an understanding on electricity export during Prachanda's visit to India during May 31 to June 3 last year. Discussions focused on our overall bilateral ties, trade and economic relations, land, rail and air connectivity projects, cooperation in defense and security, agriculture, energy, power, water resources, disaster management, tourism, civil aviation, people to people and cultural exchanges and development partnership, Jaishankar said on X after chairing the 7th India-Nepal Joint Commission meeting with South. During Jaishankar's visit, India also announced grant assistance to Nepal worth $75 million for reconstruction of earthquake-affected areas. Besides the signing of the Long-Term Power Pact, 3 other agreements were also linked between the two sides. An agreement Jaishankar also witnessed the handing over of the 5th tranche of earthquake relief supplies to Nepal. The country witnessed a powerful earthquake on November 3 in which 154 people were killed and hundreds of houses were damaged. The two leaders also jointly inaugurated 3 cross-border transmission lines. These include 132 kilowatt-hour Raxol this. Nepal's foreign ministry said that various aspects of Nepal-India relations were discussed under the thematic areas of economic relations, connectivity, trade and transit, power and water resources, education and culture and political matters among others. Earlier, Jaishankar called on President Podel and PM Prachanda, during which the two sides exchanged substantive views on Nepal-India relations.